Welcome back to the Social Diary with me, Conchita Lillian, and my co-host for today, Mbithe Mwema, who I literally took out of her comfort zone. Are you okay?
I'm good.
The seat is not too hard.
No. It's fine. We're good. Thank you so much for having me.
So now we're gonna move on to the next trending topic, and this is really it's just hilarious. So if there's one name that we will never forget when it comes to 2020, it is CS Mbithe Mwema. Now this week the health CS was back in the trending topics on the interwebs after he created a light moment during his COVID-19 briefing, which I personally look forward to, when he threatened to expose officials who are still in office despite hitting the retirement age. He said, and I quote, "We don't want to humiliate anybody. When you have worked for the Ministry of Health for as long as some people here have, our prayer is that when your years have come, please go home peacefully. Like nicely, let's just shake hands, go and say bye to our colleagues." Then the CS went ahead to joke that he would be forced to call the culprits' grandchildren to come for them. This, this just left people present, including our fellow Ministry of Health officials and members of the press, cracking up. But before that, let's just take a look at this light moment, Mbithe. Let me know what you think about it. So hashtags is trending. So Mbithe, just tell me, what do you think about these officials who the time has reached, they just don't want to retire? Your thoughts on that?
Hey, hashtag Chukwa Babu. Chukwa Shosho. I mean,
millennials.
That
Generation
was,
Z.
I know. That was funny. But interestingly, when you look at the facts in terms of the population, the majority of the population is actually 19 years and below. And I think what he's saying is something that resonates with all of us. If you have the majority of the population that's 19 years and below, it means that there are less than actually 6 million people who are over the age of 55 out of a population of over 50 million, of us. Only 10% is actually over the age of 55 and above, which is a very interesting statistic, because conversely, this age set is the one that is making the decisions for the rest of the country.
Which is wrong.
Which, I mean, you do need wisdom and you need counsel. So you certainly need that from an advisory perspective. But then there's opportunity for not only in government, but in other areas for people to take the helm. But the question is, Conchita, are we responsible in our youth? Are we using the resources, the skills, and the energy that we have to make good decisions? Or are we fighting, for a space at the table to make decisions that will actually put all of us in jeopardy? And what this brings to us is to say, if the world is moving to a space of saying, let's pass over the mantle, let's see if we can pass over the mantle to the next generation. If you're part of that generation, are you ready, or are you just slacking, saying, oh, we are the youth, power to us? What is power to you? Get your act right. If you're in that space, get your act right. And the thing that I'll actually emphasize in this conversation, Conchita, is you're always saying, hatuna kazi, serikali saidia. If the majority of us, of the people are 19 and below, then the next majority we have is 30 and below. And we all have technology, and our government has invested in technology, and we're all doing this social media thing. Why is it that you're seated in your house slacking, and the only thing that you do is you shout on social media? You've never sold anything to the people around you. You've never gone and found a need and said, "Lo nikulete nyanya. Can I send you a movie? Can I sell you something?" So you keep sitting there saying, "I am poor and I am broke," but then you want to be given a seat and you're saying, "I'm poor because none of us are represented in where the decisions are being made."
But they have to retire, did they?
They will retire. Let them retire. Let them go. What I'm saying is they need to go. But what I'm saying is, once they go, you who's the person saying they should go, Conchita, what are you ready for? What role are you ready to take and make a difference? And there's power talking. Are you empowered? Do you have the right mindset? Have you been working on your own skills? So that today, if we go and put you in the Ministry of Health, what do you know about that ministry? Do you even know
I'd never studied health, be there.
What
But
I'm
those
saying,
people who are.
Conchita, I'm going to put you on the
Be there.
spot, and
The people who have studied for
this has
that.
to be an ongoing conversation. Conchita, today you're in media.
Yes.
If we go and put you there in the Ministry of Technology, for example, have you read the blueprint that defines the digital age in Kenya today? So that you can tell us how will I integrate what I am doing currently to the national policy to make a change.
Imagine I have a plan beyond that.
Okay. But, fair enough. But yes, they should. The older people, they need to take their time, because life is all about chances and opportunities for everybody. It's all about seasons. So if their season is done, it's also important for them to decide and be able to trust us, because we are here, we are ready, we are empowered. They have made the decisions to empower us. We have been constantly trying to be ready for this time. It's our time now. So give it to us and let's make a difference.
Do you know that people who say pesa serikali ni tamu, they just like listen. There's just something about working for the government. People just don't want to leave. I'm like, come on, I say
your
secrets. Your person on social media. We have that is Kale Bai, who says Mutahi Kagwe has shown a very solid leadership in handling COVID-19. He is brave and always encourages our Kenyan to be more responsible in combating this common enemy. He is equally handling cartels who have been stumbling block in development agendas at the ministry, #fixing MOH. And then we have at D Magiri _ who says, when he was sworn in, the president directed CS Kagwe to eliminate all bottlenecks towards the realization of universal health coverage pillar of the Big Four agenda by working closely with all stakeholders. So far, when we have seen CS streamlining, it's called at the ministry, #fixing MOH. And then we have a Tasha 67 _ who says, Uhuru is overworking in the health sector because as of August 7th, 2019, 3,423 facilities had their status verified, and of these 64 were upgraded, 334 downgraded, and that is more like 80. Is that 80, guys? Close for non-compliance. Better healthcare is life flexed biceps. #fix MOH. And then you have at Nathan's Davids who says, when I remember Mutahi Kagwe bought ICT via installation of fiber optics cables in 2004, 2005, I see a performer, a doer, a man who thrives on progress and positivity. There is no doubt his efforts, #fixing MOH, shall essentially be a lasting solution in health sector for a decade. And then we have at Sam Degwa who says, some of this mafia are even refusing to retire. My friend, you have attained the age of 60. If the government really needs your service, they will come looking for you. Otherwise, rudi nyumbani, #fixing MOH. Watoto rudi nyumbani. Now finally, this one caught my attention. So, troubles facing Gatundu South Member of Parliament Moses Kuria once again deepened this week after a petitioner by the name of Mr. Elijah Gisharu Kimani from Kiambu County, who moved to the High Court seeking to remove the legislator from office on grounds of alleged corruption and nepotism in the awarding of constituency development funds, that is the CDF tenders. Now, the petitioner said in his sworn affidavit in the year 2016, a self-audit of Gatundu South CDF unearthed nepotism and conflicts of interest in awarding tenders amounting to more than 170,876,413, and discovered that most of the contracts had, had been awarded to companies owned by close relatives of the respondent. This led to one of the trending hashtags, which was Kuria Relatives. But before we hear what the netizen had to say, here's a video of some of the people protesting against this. But your thoughts on, like this nepotism and all that. I feel like, listen, depend the government, relatives. Oh, sorry, relatives is the new word on the street. Your thoughts on this, Mbithe?
Do the right thing. If you get a position of power and if you are in a position of influence, try and do the right thing. Don't just say that everybody else is doing it, so I should. Do the right thing, because if we're going to be able to change the narrative of this country in another 50 years, then we have to all start taking personal responsibility and not just getting on with the bandwagon and saying, ata kila mtu anafanya. So I don't think it's my place to come and call out who's doing what and who's doing what. I think there's more responsibility and more power to me as a person to ask, what am I doing as Mbithe to make sure that I'm doing the right thing around myself without necessarily creating another scenario where I am a relative even in the businesses that I do,
Yeah. But it's like something about these people engaged in the government, let me tell you. Kila mtu anajenga familia yake. Anapata ka commission.
Kila mtu anapata ka commission.
Yeah, watu wanajenga familia zao.
Will you do the same thing?
I can't, but like those relatives who have something, how comes me I'm not getting a percentage?
Maybe because you don't have relatives there.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Who do you know? Who are your
my
people?
My family is doing bad, man.
Go review your political strategy and that affiliated
I need to know people. So on social media we have Munyui who says MP Moses Kuria will not survive till end of his term. Kembu resident has filed a court petition seeking to have him declared unfit to hold public office over nepotism, abuse of office, and conflict of interest in the awarding of contracts amounting to 170,878,413 #Kuria relatives. And then we have at Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever. Who says, it's time the Gatundu people save themselves since they have been silent for a long time while they are being oppressed by one-man kush. #Kuria relatives. And then we have at Kuria, Kuria's Solomon K, who says, voters in Gatundu South have signed a petition to recall Moses Kuria from Parliament. For sure, Kuria should just go. How on earth do you conspire with your relatives to steal public resources? A family of thieves, #Kuria's relatives. And then we have it's Nyambane who says, Jan Kuria, sister to MP Moses Kuria, is one of the beneficiaries of Gatundu South CDF Kitty Loot. She was awarded a tender of 4.9 million through her company Kiki Holdings to construct a dormitory block at Kiamwangi Secondary School. #Kuria relatives. I don't know, like people really do get results in there. People out here, they're like, listen, enough is enough. But it's always, what will the government do?
Let me tell you, don't fear the government, fear God. What will God do with you? Because the thing is, it's very clear. If you look at all the people who've been politicians or business people and they keep coming with the narrative of, I'll just do whatever I want because I can get away with it. Siku za mwizi ni 40. That saying is not in vain. Even though it doesn't catch up with you today. No, Conchita.
The government officials zinakwanga 40 lakini zao ni kama zinakwanga 76.
Siku za mwizi kama ni 40 haimaanishi Conchita ati 1 to count 40 days from today. What it means is this thing will catch up with you. And the worst thing, if you actually take a look, these people that you're talking about, look at people who did the same things that they did 10 or 15 years ago. Look at the lives of their children.
Yeah.
It doesn't, at times it might not even affect you as a person. So you might say, oh, Conchita, even me, I feel like this relative thing, it's okay, let me do it. Do you know how it catches up with you? You start seeing the impact on your kids. You know how so in as much as people are like, government, then nothing will do with you. Mimi nasemanga wacha niogope Mungu kwa sababu ya kipatana na mimi siwezi nikajitetea. And because I don't want that drama, I'm like, wacha nitosheke with what I have, because that's my daily bread. That's what I have for the day. Let me work on building on that and build it in the right way.
Unfortunately, Mbithe, that's all the time that we have for today. Mbithe amesema wacha tuogope Mungu, lakini government officials, Kuria relatives. What? You know what? It's okay. We will wait for 40 days later. Wink, wink. See what's going to happen. So, guys, that's all the time that we had for today. Mbithe, thank you so much for coming to Social Diary. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms at Metropole TV KE. And I myself at Lian Conchita on all my social media platforms. Until next time, ciao.